The Minister of Finance, Matia Kasaija, has introduced a 41.4 trillion national budget for the coming year 2021-2022 budget to the Committee of the Parliament, lower than what he had earlier presented a month ago of 45.66 trillion shillings. This means 4.6 trillion has been slashed off the original framework paper. Let's have the story.
Honourable members, the budget for financial year 21-22 will focus on interventions which will sustain recovery from the socio-economic setbacks caused by COVID-19 and other domestic and external shocks.
For the coming fiscal year 2021-2022 starting July, priorities for the budget will include maintenance of security, peace and security, peace and good governance, strengthening private enterprises by improving competitiveness, promoting inclusive and sustainable growth, accelerating the pace of industrialization, research and innovation, as well as human capital development, focusing on improving health plus education.
Economic growth and the budget strategy will therefore prioritize investment in public infrastructure and supporting the private sector to increase production and productivity. The strategy will be focused on four broad and interlinked agendas, which are key to accelerating and sustaining economic growth and reducing the population under subsistence.
Overall, money available will include 22.2 trillion shillings for domestic revenue, of which 20.83 trillion will be collected by Uganda Revenue Authority and 1.59 non-tax revenue. 200 billion will be from the Petroleum Fund, 3.58 trillion will be from the budget support, 2.34 trillion domestic financing, 3.99 trillion will be for external project support, 8.55 trillion to be used as domestic debt refinancing, and 212 billion from local revenue.
The budget framework paper, we were targeting 21 trillion 693.2 billion. Now we think we can do 22 trillion 422.4 billion.
According to budget allocations presented to the Budget Committee of Parliament, chaired by Intangible North Member of Parliament, Governance and Security take the lion's share of 7.7 trillion from the national budget, followed by human capital development with 6.8 trillion shillings and mineral development with a least allocation of 48.9 billion shillings.
We saw a supplementary on security alone of over 1 trillion shillings. Just a supplementary with domestic borrowing. Now, he has just said that poverty could be a source of insecurity. And to deal with poverty, we need these various sectors that we have been talking about. They are so critical. But when you look at these allocations, and it has been said by various members, you would see that if you offset wages, you remain with nothing.
This, however, did not go well with the members of the committee led by Lugobi, who first questioned why the ministry has reduced the actual budget that differs from what was presented as the framework paper by 4.26 trillion and wondered what sectors could have been affected and whether it was as a result of COVID-19.
I have seen their subtotal 25 trillion 371 and 66 billion, and it's 100%. 100%. Is that 100% an error, or that 100% is the genuine position? And if it is the genuine position, these other items which are added, what do they constitute? Because the budget is already 26.371.66.
Lugolobi also inquired why the country has time and again allocated lots of money to security when the population is economically poor.
Now, the guts you had to provide a supplementary of 1.5 trillion, to deal with insecurity. The same guts you need to provide the resources to these sectors. That's what we are saying. That this must change, this structure must change. It's so deadly to our national economy.
You have no economy without security. Take it
The Deputy Treasury, Patrick Ochailab, explained to the committee that the reduction of the money does not affect any activities, but they have instead to finance the projects that were taking these funds recurrently for the coming financial years due to poor absorption capacity.
I have an allocation now. I'm going to look at what is in the plan, and I'll give you the different shares. But anecdotally, just looking at the information that is here, you could see that in real terms, we are moving in the same direction.
But Minister Kasaija is worried that the country's expenditures have not gone down even after the effects of COVID-19 on the economy, yet the revenue has reduced.
COVID, we shall get out of it, both here and internationally, because it's affecting the whole world. But at the same time, expenditures, they're going up. Now these people, tomorrow now, yes, expenditures, Mr. Chairman and the colleagues are going on.
Butambala County Member of Parliament cut him off and told him of how they are always borrowing to finance defense with classified budget, taking the lion's share without minding the health of the economy.
You are telling this committee that security budget will reduce. I've been in the budget committee for the last 7 years, and I've been monitoring how the defense budget has been, especially for the Minister of Defense. For the last 7 years, it has never gone down. It's not in the last 3 years. It has been keeping increasing.
Honorable Chivundi, I think on this one we shall respectfully a little bit disagree on which comes first, whether it is security or the economy. We have seen from the records, and we shall share with you, because of security, the direct foreign investment that has come to the country. We have seen for ourselves the increment of factories over the last 20 years. But also, it's important to know the budget for defense has not been increasing for the last 10 years.
The MPs also have concerns on the presented budget, which they say does not concur with the National Development Plan 3.
Look at the budget you are presenting to us. How many core projects are going to be supported this financial year on the National Development Program?
Even the NDP3 is putting priorities on non-productive sectors. That's what it means. And I want the country to know this. So whereas we are wasting time, or is it aligned to NDP? NDP itself is a problem. NDP as a document is not going to take this country anywhere.
Story compiled by Rachel Nakasi and Obed Lutale for the news